Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, the internet's favorite loser, signing back on once again to bring you guys another video. We're back here on Hellfire's channel just because he put something in the chat in his last live stream that kind of interested me because I didn't know he made it. It's Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Why Nobody Cared. Basically, a Tiny Tina's Wonderlands review, and I'm quite interested to hear what he said about the game. I don't really like it. I think it's a very weak, terrible Borderlands. End game content was garbage. I'm just in the story in general was not very good to me. And I know it was just a cash grab, but I'm very curious on what the man, the myth, the legend, Hellfire has to say about it. But yeah, also I wanted to go ahead and plug that I'm in the works of editing and scripting my Can You Beat Borderlands 2 UVHM with only grenades. God, that run was torture. I can't wait for everybody to see it once I get it edited and voiced over and out. That was a torturous run, and I can't wait for everyone to see it. But anyway, Hellfire, take it away.
What's up and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and why nobody cared. Now, if you haven't played this game yet, just know that you're not missing out on anything, and I'd recommend, if you're a big Borderlands fan, to just skip this release altogether. Released in March of 2022, Wonderlands is a spin-off title that Gearbox claims exceeded expectations so much that they've already begun production on a second game. But if the core community hated this game, why did they hate it, and why didn't anyone care? Well, there's a lot of things that they did wrong with this.
Sorry to jump in so soon, but I noticed that even on Steam it has mixed reviews. Actually, let me pull it up real quick. Hold on, I'm sorry, guys. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, so even on Steam, let me size this to the screen. There you go. Even on Steam, it has mixed reviews, and the overall review base is mostly positive. So it didn't even strike a chord with like casual players in the way like Borderlands 3 did. Um, they don't even have BL3 plugged. But yeah, Borderlands 3 on Steam has very positive reviews, which casual players and new players alike kind of like Borderlands 3, which to each their own. When I went back and tried to play it and play through the story, and I realized why it was not my cup of tea. See, I made a video basically like trying to defend Borderlands 3 a little bit, and then once I got back into it, played through the story again, and got to the end game and like tried to do end game content, I realized that Borderlands 3 was garbage. But if people like Borderlands 3, that is perfectly fine. Don't let me my opinion on games is not gospel. Anyway, it was just curious. The only reason I brought that up was just because it's curious to me that even casual players, people that aren't fans of Borderlands or have like are new to Borderlands, they didn't even enjoy Wonderlands, and that was very strange to me when I seen that. So that's when you know a game is just bad, when even the casual players don't give a damn about it.
Sentry. To start, our Vault Hunters aren't Vault Hunters anymore. Now I know this may sound like a very small and minute detail, but they've been given a new name known as Fate Makers. And let me tell you, the only fate they were making was this game ending in a complete and utter shit show. And one thing
See, I didn't hate that they changed the name of Vault Hunter to Fate Makers, because at least it protected the name of Vault Hunters. You know what I'm saying? This garbage was called Fate Makers. It's not even in the same realm. But to be fair, I also don't mind, because it's a whole Dungeons and Dragons feel, so they changed it from Vault Hunters because, you know, I get it. But I don't hate D&D, but I'm not like the biggest fan of D&D. So I kind of didn't enjoy the game in that aspect anyway. Just my opinion, though. I mean, there are certain games that follow D&D, like Baldur's Gate. I'm just still not a big fan of the D&D formula, the RNG. Not my cup of tea.
thing I realized about these Fate Makers pretty much immediately is that all of their action skills are derivative of things we've seen either in previous games or games even outside of the franchise. The characters either felt like blatant mashups or just flat out ripoffs.
See, and that's another thing that I noticed right off the bat when I was playing, because my wife was interested because she likes Tiny Tina, and I was just getting her into Borderlands, and she seen that Tiny Tina had her own game, so she really wanted to play it, and she beat it, and she really wanted to play it with me co-op, so I ended up picking up the game on sale for like, I think I only paid like $10 a piece. I think I got it on a Steam sale for $10 a piece. Didn't really want to pick it up because I knew it wasn't that good, but she wanted to play it, so hey, game to play with my wife. You know what I mean? It was fun. We had fun. The co-op playthrough was fun just because it was my wife and I love my wife. But I didn't sit there and tell her why it's not a good Borderlands game or why it's, you know what I mean? I let her enjoy it. And I enjoyed it because she was enjoying it. But even I noticed that these characters were very boring and nothing really felt all that new. It was like he said, just a big mishmash of things that we've already seen or seen outside of, like, there was no creativity with it, with the skills and the grenades in general. The spells didn't even the spells. The grenade mods from Assault on Dragon's Keep felt better than any of the spells in this game to me. Other than, like, I think there was the one that was polymorph or whatever, and you turned the enemy into a sheep or something. That was kind of cool.
Another big reason this game fizzled out pretty fast was that you have no true Vault Hunter mode, making each character a single playthrough before you're then working on to the good old Chaos Chamber. A repeatable in-game activity which will make you face many different randomized dungeons that will give you a chaos level upon completion of it.
The Chaos Dungeons, man. Holy shit, were they bad. It literally just felt like Moxie's Underdome. You know what I mean? But slightly better. I kind of enjoy Moxie's Underdome just because it's kind of just fun to get in there and test builds out or whatever. It's not a good DLC though. It's not a very good arena either. I like some of the multipliers, but yeah, the Chaos Dungeons, once they got up to, what was it, like 100 or something, I was like, oh, fuck.
Of it. Then you got to do the same thing 99 more times. No. Wait. Wow, what exhilarating game design. Okay, no, but if we're being real, I'd rather get pepper sprayed in the eyes than I would play 100 Chaos Chambers. Sure, it would hurt like hell, but at least it's not gonna take me like 100 fucking hours. And sure, you get some okay loot by the end of the Chaos Chamber, but who really gives a damn if there's no real incentive to actually do the Chaos Chamber?
Then there's no end game outside of the Chaos Chambers. So you're literally just doing Chaos Chambers to do more Chaos Chambers. Like, literally, you're just doing Chaos Chambers so you could do more Chaos Chambers. That's literally all you're doing.
You see, I had some hope when the max chaos level was just 20, and then a few months down the line, they decided to up it to chaos level 40, and this is where Hellfire said,
"What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man."
And then they continued to up the chaos level while releasing content drops for this game.
I gotta say, I like the fact that he referred to himself in third person there. I think I do that sometimes too, but he pulled off like a classic wrestling, like classic Rock, talking in third person, where he's like, "This is when Hellfire." So I like that. I like that little touch.
Game where they infamously decided to call the DLCs PLCs. And if this is the first you're hearing of it, I apologize for being the one that has to break that to you. And if the P standed for puny little content, then they nailed it on the head with this release.
What the fuck does the P stand for? DLC is downloadable content. What is PLC? Paid loadable content? What is PLC? What the fuck does it even stand for, Gearbox? Help me out.
With some of the full price DLCs being a whopping 30 minutes long. While I was smart enough to avoid these obvious cash grabs, I cannot say the same for the rest of the community, and there's not a single person that I've talked to who's played this content that enjoyed it. While I can admit I had a lot of good fun with Wonderlands on my first playthrough, there's no reason to play through the game again. Because sure, you have unique features like being able to combine 2 Vault Hunters into one. You still can only use one ability at a time, damn near making the feature completely pointless. And yes, you can go and respec and use the other character's skill, but you gotta respec to do it anyway, so who gives a damn? Overall, just kind of making it useless, and I really think that they should have made it changeable on the fly, without having to touch your inventory or having to respec. Spells were cool for about 15 minutes, and then you realize that they're just a lame grenade mod. I'll admit the melee weapons are pretty cool, and if anything, I would like to see these return to our mainline.
I did like the melee weapons. I do like the melee weapons a lot, but they needed to expand on them a lot. It was very lacking. Like, it was a cool concept and a great idea, but it was not fleshed out, and that's what sucked. But yeah, I hope the melee weapons do make a return in some fashion. They were pretty neat. I liked them.
Series. More than likely, it'll just stay in the Wonderlands franchise though. And to be honest with you, even calling it a franchise out loud just starts to give me a migraine, so I think I'm gonna go take some Tylenol. Give me a second. You have the one big character death being retconned at the end of the story anyways, and spoiler alert, it doesn't really matter because the character is still alive, and if you didn't know what I'm talking about, it is Butt Stallion who is actually killed in the middle of the story. In my opinion, the most effective scene in this entire game.
Not so fast, newbie. This is my world now.
I was low-key sad when Butt Stallion got killed, though. So, like, I'm glad they brought her back, kind of, because, like, I was low-key sad. But it doesn't matter. I was low-key sad, though, when this happened. I was kind of fucked up. I remember my wife got real sad, too. It was, good times.
No!
I'm done being told how my story goes. Your master's age of heroes is over, and soon her whole world will follow. Ha ha ha!
but it's completely useless when Butt Stallion is just brought back to life and it's happiness and rainbows by the end of the story. Which is about on par with what we can expect from Borderlands 4 with the new Tails Crystal, I'm sure. Look, here's the problem I have with it. If Tina's game is just a board game and it's all imaginary, why can't we just keep the character of Butt Stallion dead? Tina doesn't need Butt Stallion, and if it's not canon to our mainline series, then the character is still alive. The Save the Queen shtick has already worn really thin on me personally, and I'd rather see Tina actually move on and worry about something else. And I think it's really held back the character of Tiny Tina overall. Like, honestly, if you think about it, most of her stories all go back to Butt Stallion.
Ooh, I didn't even think about that though, really. It kind of is a crutch for Tina. Like where it's always about Butt Stallion. Damn, bro, I didn't even think about that. It is a crutch. They could do so much more with Tina. And in my opinion, I don't know why Tina and Moxie hasn't been a playable Vault Hunter, man, because I would love to be able to play as Moxie or as Tina. Come on, man. Tina would be a perfect she's right there, bro. Throw us Tina. Like, what the hell? She's a fan favorite. Let us play as her. Let us play as Moxie, too, man. She's getting up there in age. What are you going to do? Like, come on, man. We all know Moxie's a badass. Let us play as Moxie and Tina. We don't even give a fuck about whoever these 4 Vault Hunters are and be all for. You know what? That's a discussion for something. That's yeah, it doesn't. Okay. Anyway, back to Hellfire.
I think it's time we see the character expanded upon and just do something else. The next bit of business in terms of what this game does differently from Babatunde Lands 3 is that it has an overworld, a section of the game that I actually really enjoyed at launch. But today, I genuinely don't.
I didn't even enjoy this at launch. I did not enjoy the overworld. I thought it was just silly. And I know why some people would like it. It just wasn't for me. I just didn't. It was too silly for me. Not even too silly. Because Borderlands in general is silly. But it was just, I don't know, kind of stupid. It was just dumb. To me, anyway.
Know how this made it into the final game. It just feels so stupid and pointless. There's literally nothing fun about it after you've experienced it all for the first time. It's just a bland Pokemon knockoff inside of a Borderlands game. So other than that, what made this game so awful? Well, going back to the stupid ass Chaos Chambers. At the end of these Chaos Trials, you will face what this game calls a raid boss. But the excuses for raid bosses in this game all have annoying invincibility phases, on top of one of them being a rehash of a boss you've already faced.
Don't even disrespect real raid bosses by calling these things raid bosses. They're jokes.
In the main story, that being the Dragon Lord. If I were to describe this in 3 words, it would have to be lazy shit pile. One good thing about this game is that the settings are actually pretty nice, but to be honest, other than that map where you get to go into the whale's mouth.
What is the meaning of this?
Other than that map where you get to go into the whale's mouth.
You what?
None of them had me over the mood and crapping my britches waiting for the next loading screen. It all just felt very standard for what you'd expect and not really pushing anyone's expectations. Almost like they were meeting an industry quota instead of actually crafting a game that we all want. This game is just a slap in the face.
You know exactly damn well that's what they did. It was just an industry quota pumped out to get some more money.
To the fans that watch this series evolve, as we're now left to watch a series we love so dearly devolve.
Devolve. The little chaos chamber. Then you gotta do the same thing 99 more times. This game is just a slap in the face to the fans that watch this series evolve.
Destruct and damn near implode right before our very eyes. It's not only been disheartening to see as a fan, but it leaves me worried for the future. And with it being leaked that Wonderlands 2 is indeed in the works, Borderlands 4 is being rushed out, Wonderlands was abandoned after like 3 damn months, the development cycle was a disaster, and I honestly can't see anything good that came out of it, figuring the game has a lower player count to that of an 11-year-old game.
And that is a sad, sad thing. Not only Borderlands 2 is classic, right? And Borderlands 2 always has around 4,000 players playing it. But, like, a new game should not be outclassed by an old, or like outplayed by an old game. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. But what really, well, I forgot what the hell I was about to say. But what the hell was I gonna say? The fact that it was devolving, I completely lost my train of thought. That's how much. But yeah, like he's right though that this should not be happening. Like that's not even a thing. I completely lost I had a brain fart there. I'm sorry, my fault.
In the same franchise. One that is legendary and holds a special place in a lot of our hearts, but there's no excuse for it being more popular than Wonderlands. It's simply...
It came back to my mind. I knew it was going to come back. But the fact that this game was abandoned so soon, they have a track record of only really... Borderlands 3 got a couple of years, I think. Was it 2 years or 1 year? I forgot. They supported Borderlands 2 for like 2 years. Pre-sequel didn't get jack shit for support, really. They got some characters, they got Jack and Aurelia, which like I said, the characters are all fun to play, but they really don't support their games for longer than maybe 2 years. And that needs to change because when you release a loot shooter like this, I mean, for God's sake, Destiny 2 has been getting not very good updates, or expansions, but they've been getting support since like 2017. You gotta stick with your games, man. If you're gonna release looter shooters like this, man, you gotta support them. You gotta support them. It's just that simple.
Just not a good game. And that's exactly why nobody cared about it. We didn't give a shit because Gearbox never made us feel like we needed to.
We didn't give a shit because Gearbox didn't give a shit. That's literally what it comes down to. When the developer don't give a fuck, why would you give a fuck? It's why would you give a fuck if the developer doesn't give a fuck? It's that simple.
Looks, sounds, and feels exactly how you'd think. Fucking terrible. I wish I were lying when I say this is a bad Borderlands game. Is it just the worst video game to exist? No. Far from it actually, but it completely fails at doing anything that a Borderlands fan cares about. The promotion was lackluster at best, with them still pushing their stream team and the Wondercast, which I don't think anybody cared enough to click on in the first place. There's just so
I don't even know what the fuck either of those are, to be honest. I don't know what either of those are. I don't what the fuck is the Wonder Quack? Wonder Quack? Wonder Twins activate. I don't fucking know, dude. I'm tired.
So many layers to this turd burger that is this game. If you still haven't tried out this game and you're wondering if you're missing out on anything, the answer is no. Skip this game at all cost and just watch a playthrough on the internet if you're really interested. It's not worth your money, and it's damn sure not worth your time. If there's any other reason that you think that no one cares about Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, please let me know down in the comments below. And if you have not missed it, I made a video talking about how...
Alright, man. I wholeheartedly agree. Nice breakdown, man. That was awesome. Very concise. Very concise. Very to the point, too. Like, I can't refute any of your points. I'm sure that some people like this game, and if you do, like I said, we cannot dictate to you what a good game is. We can highly imply what good gaming is, and that's not a lot of modern AAA games anymore. If you enjoy them, that's fine. They're just soulless money bach pits. I don't know, man. They're just not good anymore, really. There's a couple good developers still out there, but there's not many of them out there anymore. Anyway, guys, it's been the internet's favorite loser signing off. Till next time, my friends. Goodbye and good night. Thank you for watching.